Hello everyone! Today I'll be presenting on a serious climate change issue facing China, which is about sea level rise and coastal flooding, especially along the eastern coast. Cities like Shanghai and Guangzhou are not only economic powerhouse but are also extremely vulnerable to the effect of rising seas. Let's explore why this is happening and how it is impacting life, and what has been done about it. Let's go! Why it matters. China's eastern coastline is home to some of the most populated cities in the world, like Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. These areas are located in low-lying delta region, which means they are naturally close to the sea level. Now, add the effect of rising sea levels and sinking land, and you have a perfect storm for major flooding risk. With millions of people and key infrastructure located there, this issue isn't just local, but it has national and even global consequences. Have you guys ever wondered what causing it? Yes, there are a few key reasons that this is happening. First, global warming. Global warming is melting glacier and causing ocean water to expand. This is the main driver of sea level rise. Second, climate change is bringing stronger typhoon and heavier rainfall, especially in eastern China. Third, cities like Shanghai are sinking, a process called land subsidence made worse by the overuse of groundwater. When you combine all these factors, which is rising seas and sinking land, you will get an increased risk of flooding. What are the impacts? The impact of sea level rise are already being felt. First, there is urban flooding, which damage homes, roads, and public infrastructure. Second, economic losses are high because these are the major trade hubs where disruption can affect the whole country. Third, millions lives may face relocation due to worsening floods. Salt water is also polluting drinking water and farmlands, making life harder for many communities. Lastly, rising waters are destroying wetlands and coastal ecosystem, which are important for both wildlife. What are the impacts? Right, the science is clear. According to the Climate Central and the Chinese Academy of Science, if nothing changes by 2050, over 43 million of people in China could be affected by flooding. Shanghai in particular could see large areas submerged. Sea levels are currently rising about 3.4 millimeters per year along China's coast, and that number could grow. These projections show that action is urgent, especially in vulnerable areas. So, how should China responding? China now is taking steps to adapt. They are building sea walls, flood barriers, and elevate roads to protect coastal cities. Shanghai is also part of the Sponge Cities initiative, which use green infrastructure to absorb rainwater and reduce flooding. New law restrict building in flood-prone zone, and early warning system help prepare for extreme weather. China has also committed to reaching carbon neutrality by 2016, addressing the root cause, climate change itself. Let's take a closer look at Shanghai, one of the most at-risk cities. The city sits at less than 4 meters above the sea level and already experienced sunny day flooding, where street flood without rain. Just from high tides, billions have been spent on floodgates, drainage system, and pumps. But scientists warn that long-term global action is still needed. Shanghai shows us that even modern, advanced cities are not immune to climate change. Presenting about sea level rise and coastal flooding in Shanghai made me realize how serious the impact of climate change can be, especially in big cities near the coast. Shanghai is one of the most developed cities in China, but because it is so flat and near to the sea, even a small rise in sea level can cause major flooding. Through this case study, I learned that how climate change is not just about global temperature rising, but also about real risk to people's homes, clean water, and safety. The map that I showed in the presentation helped me to understand better, if nothing is done by 2050, how Shanghai would be underwater. I also found it interesting that China is already taking a step, like building sea walls and turning Shanghai into a sponge city to deal with heavy rain and flooding. This shows that while the problem is big, there are ways to adapt and reduce the damage. Overall, this case study helped me understand the real-world effect of climate change and how urgent it is to take action now, not in China but everywhere else around the world. So that's all from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys have any questions to ask, you can leave the question in the comment section down below. Thank you. Bye bye.